Hello and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Justina. On this channel, I mainly cover astrology, predictive astrology, and self-growth related topics. And if you're a returning viewer or a listener, welcome back and thank you for joining me today. So here today, I'm going to talk about the full moon happening on June the 11th at 20 degrees of Sagittarius. So here, if you have any placements at around 20 degrees of Sagittarius, give or take 3 degrees. This could be also in Gemini. This could be also in Pisces or Virgo. So we are looking at the mutable signs. Then you will be under a greater influence of this full moon. Every time we interpret a full moon, we also need to keep in mind the new moon that started this very cycle. Now, as many of you probably know, I like to follow the gestation lunar cycle, which lasts 2 years and 7 months. The reason for that is that we can connect it to a similar degree, and maybe that's my favorite thing about this cycle. So, around 18 months ago, there was a new moon in Sagittarius at a very similar degree to this full moon. So especially here, if you have any placements in the mutable signs at around 20 degrees, then you would have that placement activated. And I've just realized that my Venus and Chiron conjunction are at 23 degrees of Gemini. So yes, so definitely have a look if you have any placements at around 20 degrees of the mutable signs. Now, the new moon in Sagittarius, that would have been the new moon from December, early December, late November of 2023. All right, so think whether can you remember what happened in your life? You can get more insights, guidance, hint if you know where it is happening in your birth chart. All right, so here, if your birthday falls on the 11th, 10th, 11th, 12th, I would say, then this coming year is really, really important because when our birthday falls on a full moon, that means that in the coming year, you'll be dealing with some closures. You'll be closing some chapters, some doors, finalizing a phase in your life, if you will. All right, so a full moon occurs when the sun and the moon when they are in the opposing signs. So same degree, opposing signs. So we've got the moon in Sagittarius and the sun is in the sign of Gemini. We've got an opposition. The moon is fully illuminated in the sky, fully visible. Our emotions are heightened, and so are our feelings. And so is also our intuition, of course, as well. Things become clear during a full moon. We gain the clarity that we may have lacked, but also, most importantly, this is often when things are revealed. Now, here, let's look at that 20th degree of Sagittarius. This is the very, very beginning of the third decan of Sagittarius, ruled by the sun, by the energy of the sun, connected to light, vitality. So this indicates that something may come to light around this time. Something may gain a momentum, more visibility as well. There could be some secrets revealed, things that were hidden from us. So that's quite interesting. Also, with the sun's influence here, of course, being the ruler of that 20 degree of Sagittarius, this is also when that need for justice and fairness is especially highlighted at this time. Now, Sagittarius is a mutable fire sign. Lunations in mutable signs are changeable. These are changeable times, which also indicates that we need to be flexible and adaptable as we navigate these changes. The moon in Sagittarius wants freedom, adventure, and exploration. This is the energy connected to expansion, finding a greater meaning in life, as well. Now we've got a few interesting alignments happening at this time. First of all, the ruler of this full moon is Jupiter. Jupiter has literally just, or would have just entered Cancer at the time of this full moon. So we've got Jupiter at 0 degree of Cancer at this point. Now, 0 degree is considered a critical degree. This is a critical karmic degree in the sign of Cancer. This indicates that generally the energy of this full moon is especially extra emotional. And here with the Cancerian energy being highlighted and at 0 degree, this also highlights themes related to home, family, nurturing, caring energy, anything to do with patriotism, protecting our history, anything to do also with our roots, a sense of belonging, protection as well. So these kind of topics, these kind of themes could be especially discussed in the media and in the headlines in the days surrounding this full moon. Now, this full moon also connects to Mars in Leo by a harmonious trine. So trines represent positive, harmonious, easy flow of energy. This is an applying aspect as well, which makes it even more prominent. And with Mars in Leo and the Moon in Sagittarius, this energy, this trine, this fire trine, creates an emotional momentum, the need to take charge of our life. This is about embracing visibility, authenticity, as well. So this is really interesting because, of course, with that Leo energy, Leo is connected to visibility, self-expression, leadership. The moon in Sagittarius, which is all about freedom and expansion and adventure, connecting harmoniously with Mars in Leo here. This enhances that need for being real, for authenticity and bravery and courage. Now, interestingly, we are currently, of course, in the cycle of Virgo and Pisces, but the South Node is in Virgo. So that that need to let go of being overly perfectionist, or perhaps overly analytical, or perhaps of overthinking really simple things because of our fear of visibility, our fear of success. So it's really beautiful to see how authenticity is being embraced these days. All right, so the final thing I wanted to also discuss is the nodes, because this full moon in Sagittarius at 20 degrees also forms a square to the nodal axis. Now, whenever a planet, or here a luminary in this case scenario, forms a square to the nodes in the evolutionary astrology, I actually made a video about this topic, I don't know, 2 years ago. This is so-called skipped steps. And this indicates generally there is a karmic undertone as well. So the fact that this full moon connects the nodes, this makes this full moon, or gives this full moon a karmic undertone, a karmic essence. The need to let go, release something that we've been holding on for far too long, even if it means letting go of something, a path, a goal, an idea that once brought us comfort, but perhaps it doesn't resonate anymore. All right, so a little bit about this full moon. Now, let's see how the energies of this full moon will influence your zodiac sign. This horoscope is most accurate for your rising sign. However, you can also watch it for your moon sign or your sun sign if you wish, just to get a bigger picture. And I follow Western astrology as well. So thank you very much, and let's move on. Hello, Aries, and welcome to your full moon in Sagittarius horoscope. So here, this full moon will activate your ninth house. So the ninth house deals with anything connected to foreign places, foreign people, life purpose, life direction, astrology, coaching, mentoring, guiding. and anything to do with legal matters, higher education, learning foreign languages. So this full moon, so first of all, a full moon is about having these strong realizations. This could be a turning point in your educational journey, in a legal case you've been dealing with for quite some time. Now, this is a good time for publishing as well, for releasing something you've been working on, a project of an intellectual nature. Now, here, whether perhaps you're starting a new career in coaching, guiding, this is also a great time for just taking something off the ground, something that you invested quite a lot of energy into as well. Now, during this full moon, you will also, or you may also realize what's working and perhaps what's draining your energies. This is a time to let go of any negative, perhaps outdated mindsets, beliefs that hold you back, that make it difficult to move forward, to reach your goals, and so on. Now, here during this full moon, of course, we've got a square to the nodal axis. The North Node in Pisces in your 12th house and the South Node in Virgo in your 6th house. So this also means that this is an amazing opportunity also to let go of any patterns connected to perfectionism, over analysis, for example, even people pleasing tendencies in your everyday situations, everyday environment as well. So, this is a chance to redefine your life philosophy, your belief system as well, to launch a project that can help you grow. This is the area of growth, remember. Now, Jupiter, the ruler of this full moon, is in the sign of Cancer in your 4th house. So perhaps by letting go of some limiting beliefs, outdated mindsets, you'll be able to find emotional fulfillment in your life. Perhaps you'll be able to ground yourself, experience a sense of belonging as well. We've got a supportive trine to Mars in Leo as well, which also supports or gives you that boost of confidence to stand up for yourself, to seize the momentum as well. Thank you so much. And let's have a look at Taurus. Taurus, welcome. Welcome to your full moon in Sagittarius horoscope. So, here, this full moon will take place in your 8th house. The 8th house is the house of transformation, regeneration, shared and joint resources as well. Anything to do with debts, mortgage applications. So here, a full moon is a time of a culmination, letting go, and this could also indicate a turning point as well. This could be a major time of transformation on the inside as well. And the moon doesn't feel very comfortable in the 8th house. It feels quite vulnerable and quite emotional as well. So you will definitely benefit from doing something that can help you to perhaps relax, find the inner peace, whatever it is, a warm bath, a walk in nature. You will know best how to calm your nerves, especially if you feel restless. It doesn't have to happen, but if it does, because there is a possibility, then definitely dive into something that can help you to relax. So this is an amazing time for healing, definitely healing, letting go of any themes, tendencies, or any vulnerabilities, fears connected to control, or perhaps feeling overpowered by others, any themes related to perhaps vulnerability, trust, for example, jealous behavioral patterns as well. Now, here with the 8th house, this is also the house of partnerships, business partnerships, perhaps you are ending a partnerships, perhaps you're moving into the next stage, into the next level. Sometimes with the 8th house, sometimes this is also the house of our accountant, our accountant, or perhaps insurance companies, brokers. Perhaps this could be about seeking someone else, especially if you feel dissatisfied with the services offered by the current specialist. And at the same time, this is also a good time for repaying debts, for upgrading upgrading your mortgage, for example. And we've got also, of course, squares to the North Node and the South Node. The North Node in Pisces, the South Node in Virgo. This could also, this full moon could really help you realize anything to do with the people that you surround yourself with. Who is your friend and perhaps who drains your energies and who is supportive and who isn't. So you might also have these strong realizations about the people that are in your life. And at the same time, with the South Node in the fifth house, where Virgo is present, this is also about healing of the inner child, becoming more aware of any possible blockages that stop you from expressing yourself fully, authentically, and simultaneously trying to Mars in your fourth house. This generally brings a lot of supportive energy to your home related matters as well. And finally, the ruler of this full moon is Jupiter. Jupiter has literally would have just entered Cancer, your third house of communication, your mindset. What this indicates is that by letting go of any emotional burdens or any financial entanglements here, the eighth house full moon, you're also allowing yourself to declutter your mindset, to think more clearer as well. Thank you so much. Now, Geminis, welcome. This full moon will take place in your seventh house. So here, your relationships, one-to-one connections, contracts. The sun is in your first house. We are still in Gemini season. The full moon is in your seventh. So here we've got a need for a balance between your desires, your goals, your objectives, and the desires and the needs of others. So this generally any lack of balance between yourself and partners, any partnerships, how much time you dedicate towards others, how much time you have for yourself, for your goals, for your needs. This could become very visible and noticeable at this time. So it's all about finding a healthy balance between yourself and others. But at the same time here, since this is a full moon, this could be a turning point in your one-to-one connections, one-to-one relationships. Things could become very clear. A situation that perhaps wasn't clear with the other person, someone close to your heart or a client, now could become really clear. Perhaps you are ending a contract, perhaps you're ending a partnership, a connection of some kind. And of course, we also have the square coming from this full moon to the North Node in Pisces and the South Node in Virgo. So this square is helping you to let go of any tendencies connected to people pleasing, codependency, comparing yourself to others. So this could become quite prominent, at least one of these themes, tendencies. And at the same time, we have a lovely trine to Leo, and that's Mars in Leo in your third house, which also gives you the confidence, the courage to speak up, to put your foot down whenever needed, and to take charge of a situation that has been on your mind. Jupiter, the ruler of this full moon, is now in Cancer at this point at 0 degrees. So you're starting this brand new chapter in your financial sector as well. So here, Jupiter rules your area of relationships, and if the ruler of the seventh is in the second, this could indicate a possible opportunity that may come through a partnership, through a collaboration, for example. So this is an amazing opportunity for setting clear and healthy boundaries in relationships, but at the same time, A great time for also entering partnerships, for joining forces with others, for gaining clarity within relationships, within partnerships, something that perhaps you may have lacked in the recent past. So thank you very much. Now, Cancers, welcome. The sixth house is activated at the time of this full moon. The sixth house deals with your daily life, daily reality, anything to do with productivity, anything to do with your lifestyle, your co-workers, your work, and the services that you offer, for example, small pets. So here this full moon, of course, whenever the sixth house is activated, this could indicate a pet. This could indicate that your pet might need a greater attention. If your pet is recovering from a surgery, then this could be the peak of the healing process. And this also applies to us humans overall. If you yourself are recovering from a surgery, from a recent procedure, medical procedure, then usually the full moon is the major peak. And after the full moon, things just move much, much quicker. Now, at the same time, this could be also a time, an amazing time for redefining your daily reality. Remember, we've got a square to the nodal axis, and these squares, they can really help you to let go of any tendencies connected to overthinking, over analysis, perfectionism, even as well. Or generally, this isn't a time for chaos. This is a time for clarity in many ways. But with the sixth house, it's a great time for letting go of habits, routines, anything that makes you feel unproductive, anything that demotivates you as well. Perhaps it's time to redefine your daily schedule, your daily work schedule. Maybe you need to shift your gym appointments to a different day. So this is a time to generally reassess your daily reality, your lifestyle. It's about simplifying, but also here you might crave more adventure, more spontaneity as well. Now, this could be also about some work opportunity or a business launch, even as well. Remember, this is the house of work, hard work. So yes, we need to work a bit harder to see some substantial, satisfying results. But we've got Mars here supporting us. There's a lovely trine to Mars coming from your second house. And this could make you feel more driven about financial goal that has been on your mind, a financial objective, for example, a new service you want to implement and to your business, for instance, as well. At the same time, with this full moon, perhaps you might realize you need some extra help. Perhaps you need a virtual PA or a VA, so to speak, or a nanny or a housekeeper. And sometimes with the full moon, we also have to let go, release. So maybe you're letting go of some high expectations that you had of yourself, of others. Of course, Jupiter is now at 0 degree of Cancer in your first house at the time of this full moon at 0 degrees. So you starting a brand new chapter, a 12 years cycle in your life. This is your chance to shine. This is your chance for growth, for development as well, as long as you're grounded, as long as you're realistic. But in the meantime, this full moon can help you to let go and release of any habits, of any patterns that affect your productivity on daily basis, that restrict your freedom, for example, as well. All right, so thank you very much, Cancers. Now, Leos, welcome. This full moon will activate your fifth house, and the fifth house deals with the fifth house, first of all, is traditionally associated with the energy of Leo. So, a really beautiful energy, of course, fire sign, same as Leo ascendant. So we've got a lovely trine coming between the fifth house and the first house of Leo and the fifth house of Sagittarius. And the fifth house deals with romance, creativity, children, and fertility, self-expression, the inner child, fun, happiness, joy. So this is an amazing time for letting go, releasing any habits, themes, tendencies that make you shrink, that block your ability to feel free, to feel authentic, but also to express yourself freely. If you've been wanting to dive into a hobby or an interest, for example, something that generally excites you, then this full moon could make it, first of all, possible and could bring it to your attention. Remember, the sun is the ruler of the degree of this full moon. So here something is coming to light. Perhaps something might become very prominent and clear. So we might have these strong realizations connected to the fun side of life, or maybe the lack of it. Now, at the same time, here with the fifth house being also connected to romance, here with the full moon, this could be about the romantic relationship you are involved in, taking a different course, changing direction, or perhaps you might realize that this isn't it. Now, here, this is the house of children as well. So perhaps your children might need your help, support. They might be prominent in your life, and you might have to dedicate additional extra energy and help them, support them during this time. But here, with the lovely trine to the Mars in your first house, you still have the energy to get on with things, to take charge of your life, to speak up when needed. So this is an emotional momentum without a doubt. Cancer rules your 12th house, so Jupiter is at 0 degrees of Cancer in your 12th house. So this is also a brand new beginning of a 12-month cycle, allowing you to heal, to let go of the heavy emotional baggage that perhaps you've been carrying for quite some time. But it's a very spiritual time coming up as well, very mystical, full of strong reflections, realizations as well. But overall, with this full moon, you might also land a new contract or perhaps gain a new client, especially here if you have your own business, if you're a freelancer. Overall, remember, find some time for fun, joy. This is a full moon about being confident, about being courageous as well, which is definitely aligns with that Leo energy of yours. So, right, so a great time for generally doing something fun, spontaneous, adventurous, and at the same time, with the ruler of this full moon being in the 12th house, this is a chance to release any tendencies connected to fear, phobia, negative self-talk as well. Thank you very much. Now, Virgos, welcome. This full moon activates your fourth house, and the fourth house deals with our sense of belonging, our home, what home truly means to us. This could be one of the questions you might ask yourself, and our family dynamics as well, emotional well-being. Now, this full moon squares your ascendant. So there is a certain degree of clash of energy, maybe some discomfort, maybe a challenge that you need to overcome. Maybe it's time to let go, because here the south node is activated in your first house and the north node is activated in Pisces in your seventh house. So with the energy of this full moon, you are reinventing yourself, letting go of the parts of you that no longer align, that no longer resonate. So there is this need for an internal transformation, and at the same time, this is the very, very sensitive area of life, the fourth house, the foundation of our chart. So at the same time, you might be craving solitude, withdrawal, and there is a need to contemplate, to also let go of any childhood memories, early life experiences, patterns that perhaps affect who you are today in a negative sense. So, with this full moon trining Mars in your 12th house, this energy allows an easy flow of energy, allowing you to face perhaps a certain fears, negative experiences, negative energies, but at the same time, Mars in the 12th house helps you to let go and release with the energy of the full moon. And there's hope, there's faith in the air as well. Jupiter is at 0 degrees of Cancer in your 11th house. So you're starting this brand new 12 months chapter as well. And this chapter will help you to meet like-minded people, people who understand you, people who share similar values. It might not be, a lot of people, but this transit can help you to meet some really, a number of meaningful connections. But before you can fully step into this chapter, you've got this amazing opportunity for healing, letting go, self-reflection, for so that you can experience that a greater sense of belonging. So here, if you've been dealing with a difficult situation at your home, or perhaps with your home, with a family member, this is a chance for forgiveness, for understanding that you can't change the past, but you can learn from the past in order to make better decisions moving forward. So I think this is generally about healing of the self on the emotional level, letting go of that self not being activated in your first house, of the parts of you that no longer align, resonate, allowing yourself to step into this brand new chapter that can help you to reach some of your goals, that can help you to meet the right people that might actually feel like family. So this is about experiencing, allowing yourself to experience a greater sense of belonging by emotionally decluttering, by closing the door of the past, if you will. Thank you very much, Virgos. Now, Libras, welcome. This full moon will activate your third house. So we've got a lot of mental energy here. The third house deals with our mind, our mindset, movement, anything to do with speech, writing, transportation, short distance travel, siblings. So there could be a situation connected to your siblings that may also require your attention, your energy. Perhaps a sibling, next of kin might need your support around this time. But at the same time, this is generally also about the need to let go of any patterns that block your ability to speak up for yourself. Any tendencies connected to people pleasing, any tendencies connected to codependency, this full moon connecting to Mars in Leo by a trine, and that's your 11th house. This is about finding your voice, taking charge of your life, seizing the momentum as well. But the full moon is connected to letting go, releasing what no longer aligns, what doesn't resonate anymore. You might receive some significant news. Perhaps you might have to make an important decision that will require you to get out of your comfort zone. Perhaps you need to put your foot down, but it's not something you are comfortable with. And here you are pressured to do it. So this is about finding that inner strength to take charge of your voice, literally. This is about self-empower. This can be a very self-empowering full moon. The moon in Sagittarius wants to be free. Here you have a chance to express yourself freely. This full moon wants you to speak from the heart. Now, at the same time with the full moon in the third house, sometimes we find out about some secrets, things that have been hidden from us. Now, we've got a supportive energy in the 11th house where Mars in Leo is present. This could indicate that may gain support from a friend, from an acquaintance. But at the same time, perhaps for some Libras, this could be about sharing your voice, sharing your wisdom, receiving an opportunity to teach, to run a workshop, to join a group, for example. And of course, the ruler of this full moon is Jupiter. Jupiter would have just entered Cancer. It is at 0 degrees of Cancer in your area of career, public life, professional life as well. So you are starting this 12-month cycle of growth, professional growth, or perhaps this is connected to doing something that you've always wanted to do, and now that you've retired, you have this opportunity to make it happen. So this is about some worldly achievements, your career, your professional life, something that can bring fulfillment if you're already retired, something that can help you to grow and experience that sense of achievement. And this full moon is helping you to release any mental blockages that hold you back from achieving success, from achieving fulfillment in the public life, in the worldly achievement sphere. Thank you. Now, Scorpios, welcome. Scorpios, for you and for me, of course, as well, for us, this full moon will be in our second house, so the area of finances, income, resources, possessions, movable possessions as well, like our car, for example, and also anything to do with self-worth, self-esteem. So here, this full moon highlights our relationship with our resources, possessions. If we feel undervalued, this will become prominent during this full moon. Now, this is an amazing time to release, let go of any patterns connected to money, our ability to attract wealth, or our ability to succeed, our sense of worthiness as well. This is a powerful time to release fears and limitations centered around worthiness, around money, around financial security, our ability to attract wealth and grow in the financial sense. Now, with this full moon, this could be related to a major milestone in your financial journey, in your career, perhaps a payout, a recognition, for example, in the financial sense. Now, we've got a beautiful trine to Mars in Leo in the 10th house as well, which also gives a massive career boost, motivation, drive, courage, perhaps some financial, new financial prospects, financial rewards, gains, but this will highly depend on your circumstances. The ruler of this full moon is Jupiter. Jupiter would have just entered Cancer. It is at 0 degrees, the cardinal critical degree of Cancer in the 9th house. So this is about this brand new 12 months journey connected to personal growth, personal development, but also anything to do with teaching, mentoring, guiding, coaching, learning, absorbing knowledge, sharing knowledge. This is definitely an amazing time for doing so in the next 12 months. So this could be also a great time for engaging in activities, workshops, for example, courses, programs that can help you to broaden your knowledge, but at the same time, that can also improve your financial prospects as well. So generally growth, financial stability comes through engaging in activities that can help you to broaden your horizons, your wisdom when you engaged in connections with people from different cultures, different nations towards when you join workshops, programs, and you generally get yourself out there in one way or another when you travel as well. So thank you very much. Now, Sagittarius, welcome. This is a big one for you because it's happening in your first house. So think what happened in your life, what new beginnings, what did you start? And about that would have been end of November, beginning of December 2023. So roughly 18 months ago. What did you start? What did you initiate connected to you, to your persona? Because it could be really highlighted during the time of this full moon. Now, this is your first house, so the area of the self, your physical appearance, your identity. We've got a square to the North Node in Pisces in your 4th house and the South Node in Virgo in the 10th house. So there is a need to let go, perhaps, of maybe overly rigid or high expectations you might have of yourself in terms of what you should achieve, where you should be in the next few years or months. This is about realistic. This is about aligning yourself with the direction that you're heading. Perhaps whatever that you wanted 10 years ago no longer aligns with the direction that you're heading. So this is a time, in a way, that when you're stepping into a new version of yourself, letting go of perhaps too high expectations of yourself, of others. And at the same time, this is about stepping into this new version of yourself that's more in alignment, one that doesn't shrink, one that doesn't hide. And we've got the full moon here in Sagittarius next with Mars in Leo in your ninth house. So this also gives you this boost of courage, boost of confidence, to take charge of what you truly believe in, of what truly aligns with your path, with the direction that you're heading in your life, with your purpose. This trine, this harmonious fire trine, can also help you understand more deeply. Perhaps you'll have more clarity in terms of what next step you need to take in the direction that you're heading. It's a really empowering trine. At the same time, Jupiter is at 0 degrees of Cancer at this point in your eighth house. This also indicates a sense of transformation, healing, letting go of any fears, limitations that make you shrink. So there is a lot of healing, letting go, reinventing yourself here with this energy of this full moon, but at the same time, there could be moments of clarity in terms of the direction that you're heading. So it's a really interesting full moon when you are in reinventing yourself. So thank you very much. Now, Capricorns, welcome. This full moon takes place in your 12th house. The 12th house deals with hidden matters, anything to do with spirituality, anything to do with withdrawal. It's a very sensitive, mystical, mysterious area of life of the chart. And this full moon might make you want to withdraw, contemplate, reevaluate your life, the last 12 months of your life. You are regenerating yourself on a deeper level because it's also a lot of energy connected to self-discovery on a deeper level here with this full moon. And at the same time, you are preparing yourself for the important full moon that will take place on the 10th of July with with Uranus at 0 degrees of Gemini. So take this full moon to reflect, contemplate, recharge. It's okay if you want to spend time alone or with people who you trust, because when the full moon is in the 12th house, we tend to absorb other people's energies very, very easily. So remember to protect yourself. Remember to recharge yourself. It's great to spend time in nature or perhaps journaling, creativity. Watching movies can be also very soothing, healing, therapeutic as well. But with the energy of the full moon and the nodal axis being activated, this full moon squares both the north node in Pisces, the south node in Virgo. So at the same time, this is a chance for letting go here of the 12th house activation as well of any deeply rooted fears, phobias, negative energies that make you shrink, that block you from having fun in your life, for experiencing adventures in your life, for feeling spontaneous as well. So we've got lots of healing, inner healing energy being activated, letting go of heavy emotional energetic baggage as well. This is about accepting what you cannot change, but at the same time, making space for new beginnings as well. Now, Jupiter, the ruler of this full moon, is at 0 degrees of Cancer at this point. You've got this brand 12 months cycle starting now as well in the area of friendships, connections, one-to-one contracts as well. So this is an amazing opportunity for collaborations, new connections, friendships. And this is just the beginning of this cycle. Simultaneously, we've got the trine to Mars happening as well. Mars in Leo in your eighth house. The eighth house deals with transformation, deep and profound energies. So this is a very supportive energy that can help you confront something that is emotionally complex, complicated. If something like this come up, you will have the ability to face it with courage from a different angle, see it from a different angle, from a different light. Remember that 20 and a half degree of Sagittarius is ruled by the sun. The sun might the energy of the sun here might spotlight its light on something that perhaps wasn't fully clear in your life as well. So perhaps you might have a need for justice or resolution of a private matter. All right, so now let's have a look at Aquarius. Aquarius, welcome. This full moon will activate your 11th house. So the 11th house deals with friendships, groups, networking, long-term goals, long-term plans, hopes, wishes for the future as well. With full moon, you might gain clarity about a dream, a goal, an idea, and perhaps you might come to a realization whether it is worth your effort and energy, or perhaps you might decide it's not worth it, that this goal, this plan is no longer worth it, and it's time to let go. At the same time, perhaps a group project or a teamwork, something connected to other people, to groups, might reach a turning point, a point of culmination, whether you're moving to the next level or whether you're finalizing it. This could be a point of release as well. And at the same time, here with the full moon in the 11th house, very often this also relates to our friendships. So there could be a situation with a friend that may need your attention. Sometimes a full moon in the 8th house indicates that a friendship might end, or perhaps it might take a different turn. So things become much clearer, especially since the sun is the ruler of the degree of this full moon. So sun also shine its light on something that perhaps wasn't fully visible, wasn't fully clear, and now you might gain this full clarity. And perhaps you will be deciding whether you want to stay in this connection, you want to carry on, or perhaps it's time to say goodbye. Now we've got, of course, the nodes being activated as well, the North Node in Pisces and the South Node in Virgo, which gives this full moon a karmic essence, a karmic undertone. So the North Node is in your second house of finances, income, resources, and the 8th house is in the house of transformation, regeneration, deep energies, shared resources and finances. So with the full moon in Sagittarius squaring the nodal axis, this is a time to let go of any fear-based thinking patterns, mindsets around security, around stability, around any emotional or financial entanglements as well, especially since by releasing and letting go of these, this can really help you to get closer to your goals, to get closer to your objectives as well. We've got a lovely trine as well to Mars in Leo in your 7th house. So this could also indicate for some Aquarius rising a potential collaboration, new connection, for example, partnership. So there is supportive energy. If you were to combine your energies with another, there could be some positive and supportive outcomes that come through this mutual work, for example. And of course, the ruler of this full moon is Jupiter. Jupiter is at 0 degrees of Cancer, a brand new sign, a brand new cycle here. And this is your 6th house. So this is also about reinventing your routine, your lifestyle, finding more happiness and doing what feels right on the emotional level, not just the physical. So Jupiter in the 6th house will help you to find more spark in your daily life, in your lifestyle, and especially to fulfill your emotional needs. So whatever that you do in moving forward in the next 12 months with Jupiter moving through your 6th house, it needs to feel right on the emotional level, not just on the physical. All right, so thank you very much. Now, Pisces, welcome. This is a really interesting full moon because, of course, Jupiter is your traditional ruler. And here, Jupiter will illuminate your 10th house. And you've got the North Node in your 1st house, the South Node in your 7th house, and the North Node in the 10th house. The Sun is in the 4th. So during this full moon, the very important areas of your life are activated. There's a karmic essence as well, of course, karmic undertone to this full moon, because, of course, this full moon will square the nodal axis. So the South Node, this is an opportunity to let go of any tendencies connected to people-pleasing, codependency, for example, or perhaps overextending yourself in the relationships sense. At the same time, with the North Node, this is a chance to reinvent yourself, to let go of whatever doesn't feel emotionally relatable, aligned anymore. As well. So this could generally in the 10th house, this could indicate a major turning point in your career. The sun is the ruler of this full moon, which also help you to see things as they are through their real colors, which is really important because during this full moon, you might be making an important decision in your life, connected to your life path, connected to your life direction, connected to your. I've just panicked in my head because I thought my microphone was switched off, but thankfully it's not. Especially the worst thing is to realize it when I'm on Pisces. um, yes, it's a significant turning point in your career. Am I heading in the right direction? Or perhaps there's something need to change. Are my goals and objectives in alignment with the direction I want to go, move forward? Or perhaps am I fulfilling other people's dreams and expectations? This is also when you might be recognized for your work, for your achievements. You might experience a sense of recognition. We've got a trine to Mars in the sign of Leo at this time, in your 6th house. This energy will make you feel more productive, will also help you to work more effectively as well. And it will also help you to be more organized. Or perhaps it might also make you realize well where you lack productivity, or perhaps what slows you down in your progress. Perhaps there is something that needs to be adjusted or redefined in your daily reality, especially if you feel like it's blocking your ability to succeed, or perhaps it's slowing down your progress, your productivity, your sense of productivity, most importantly. Overall, this could be a time when perhaps you might be ending a major career phase, moving into the next level, for example. This is about aligning yourself with what truly matters. This is also a great time for investing some energy and time into professional growth development courses, workbooks, workshops as well. But overall, the core message of this full moon is to let go of any tendencies, patterns connected to dependency, codependency. This full moon wants you to embrace more adventure, spontaneity in your public life, in your outside world. Or alternatively, this is also your chance to step confidently into your power, into your purpose. All right. So thank you very much, Pisces, and all the best.